Alright guys, welcome back to Big Red Fix. Today we're replacing an alternator in a Cummins X15, and it's going to be in a Kenworth T680 alternator. You can see here in a minute the part number. Put the link in the description. All the tools we're going to be doing will be in the link in the description, guys. Let's get on to the video. Alright guys, make sure you disconnect the battery. You can see you have a 1/2-inch ratchet extendable into the belt tensioner. And there's the alternator belt. You can see the arrow pointing there right there too. And as you can see, I put the ratchet back in there. You can see me. I'm just going to loosen up, pull it back down, and just, it's really simple. And you can see the alternator belt off. And I just lay the belt off to the side. I leave the ratchet in there. Kind of gives it a place and hold in it. Just make sure you don't forget it. And here it is, how it looks after it's done. And I have sockets. I think right now I'm just taking out that there's 3 on this particular alternator. There's 3 connecting wires, and that's the power, and then this is ground, and then you got a signal wire on the little tiny wire. And I think the first wire is 7/16, and no, it's 1/2 inch, and the other second wire was 3/8, and the little wire is like 5/16. And the socket on here is, guys, it's been a while. It's either 15 millimeters or 17 millimeters. I can't remember. So I'll put the link in the description. Yeah, these bolts are pretty long, and it could be a little different on different models, but a lot of them use the same alternators. I always leave like one dangling just before I take it out and kind of get myself secure before I drop it down in there. Just be careful, you don't want to damage anything. And then remove it. I pull to the side. You can put this on a bench to remove. You're going to need to exchange the pulley. A lot of times, guys, this is a 21 millimeter or a 15/16. It comes out pretty quick. But I've had, this one was kind of difficult because it was like a little rusted, but a lot of times I can get it off just by using the impact, but you can use channel locks to kind of hold it in place. And let's get the new one. And you've seen the one in the board. I put the link for the new one in the description. You got to remove the old nut. I mean, sorry, not the old, the new nut. And you got to put the pulley back on for the alternator. This one was a little difficult because it had a little burr on it, so I had just some editing on here, but usually it's pretty simple. There is an Allen in there in the middle if you have a difficulty, but I usually don't have a problem. Just give it a little tighten up, and if you want to use a torque wrench, you can. I never had a problem for 20 years, so that's on you. And to set it in here, I use a pry bar, kind of line it up first, but it just wasn't work. It was hard. I just used my hands and just picked it up. Kind of wiggle it in there. Line up the other one. I just get a couple in there because if you tighten them up and it'll kind of cock it and it'll be hard to get the other ones in. So just get a couple threads on there. Make sure you don't forget the bracket. Sometimes they have brackets because this one does have a hose bracket, and you need to make sure you get that with and the back one there, and just little impact them up. Do I torque them? No. Ever had a problem? No. The pulley, yeah, you could do that. Just double check, make sure everything's good. And then on the new alternators, they come with hardware, brand new bolts. I mean, not bolts, bolts and nuts. And I always use them because, you know, it's just because they have corrosion. It's just good to just put the new ones that it comes with back on, and make sure your connections are good and clean while you have it off. Look for corrosion. Make sure you put them in the right spots. Usually, sometimes I take pictures of the alternator, which way the wires, just in case. And just simply put the belt back on with the tensioner, and make sure you take your 1/2-inch ratchet out there, because I have back in the past I've had left it on before and damaged the radiator. You don't want to do that. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.